Hello friends, welcome to Today in 10 or Less. Today is Monday, September 9th, 2014, and I'm going to walk you through this first endeavor for me even of video blogging our way through this year. Okay? So today we were getting an idea of just how to begin each class when we walk into Mr. Kaz's classroom. We have what's called a fire starter. A fire starter is a prompt, whether it's thinking, whether it's reading, whether it's text, whether it's video, whatever it is. It is a prompt designed to get you, right when you walk in the door, to start thinking and get ready for learning. Today, we had two of them, but before we could go with those, you had to understand a little bit more about what a fire starter actually is. Now this sheet that I'm holding in my hand is probably orange for you, and you probably already pasted it in your blue spiral notebook. Now, what we did is as you got in and you saw the prompts on the front board where they will always be throughout the course of the year, I had you start thinking about them, but under these guidelines. I gave you some facts today. Mostly they revolved around the fact that every fire needs fuel. See, here's the thing. Fire is a change, a chemical change that happens. It's not actually anything unless something is there to be consumed by the fire or to be burning. Every fire needs fuel. Now if you have too little fuel or you have junky fuel, then we get kind of a stinky fire. Now I explained to you that the fuel for this fire in the classroom, this fire that we call knowledge that burns inside of us, that makes us hunger to get smarter, to get better, this fire has to come from up here. But guess what? I've already got it. I've already got it. You need to have it, and you need to spark it in this classroom every day. Otherwise, the learning that we do, going to be kind of junky. So, I actually, as the facts state, am not a god. Don't want that kind of responsibility, believe me. But that also means something important, which is that I'm not really going to be in charge of what we talk about in this class. You are. Oh, sure, I'm going to frame all of what we do. But you guys are really going to become the lifeblood of this classroom. And you're going to discuss things that are the most interesting and personal to you. So these fire journals are going to be designed to get you to do some quality thinking that's really going to make you reflect on who you are as learners and who you are as people. So I gave you 3 facts at the bottom of this. You have a brain in your head, you have a pen or pencil in your hand, and you have a mouth on your face. And you're going to use all 3 of those things every day in class. You're going to come in, you're going to see the fire starter on the board. You're going to think really quickly, and you're going to get right to writing. See, I want you to practice getting your thoughts from up here down to here as quickly as you can, because the more you practice that, the easier it's going to be for you to get your thoughts down on paper and communicate them to other people. And that's, after all, what the English language arts are all about. The art of communication. Communicating ourselves and connecting to somebody else using our thoughts. So, you're going to think about the fire starter when you walk in. You're going to get right to writing it. Then, after we're all done, you're going to get into small groups like we did today. You're going to discuss. Then, we're going to report out to the large group, and that way everybody is included in the lesson for the day, and we're all ready to go and ready to take a crack at learning. Now, I gave you a few requirements for this. Every entry, every single entry, every single one, is going to have a date, and it's going to have a title. The title, whatever you want. You can put whatever you want, and you don't have to write the question down. You know why? Because you are going to construct a quality thesis statement. Some people call it a topic sentence, but I like thesis statement better. Now, a thesis statement is your introduction to what you're about to talk about. I gave you this math equation during class today. Your thesis statement, I'm just going to write TS so I have plenty of space. Your thesis statement is equal to your topic. Get that? Your topic, what you're talking about, plus what you want to prove or explore. It's your topic plus what you want to prove or explore. See, whenever you start to talk, some people, actually most people, want to know, how is this going to affect me? What are they really getting at? And so you need to be ready to throw your topic out there and get right to the point. That's what people want. That's what you want when I'm talking. That's what we're going to want when you're talking. So we practice this in our writing. We get right to the point. We want to lay out our topic and what we want to prove or explore. Now, if it's a question that you have to answer, most people are looking for the answer to that question, and so we have a different formula too. Your topic is often provided by this question. If you're answering a question, the way you get that topic into your thesis statement is to RSQ, which means to restate the question. Now, when you restate the question, you set yourself up to do just this, prove or explore. But in that first sentence, you want to give a basic, general idea for what you're about to talk about. So you're going to give an RSQ and a basic answer. Now, once you do that, you're going to have to support that thesis statement, but hold everything, because I want to give you an example. The two questions that we started with today, the fire starters, that I turned you loose on, basically, after we explained this, was what are your goals in ELA this year, when we're talking about skills, and does it take courage to be a writer? Now, I'm going to tackle that second question when I give you this example, because it's very near and dear to my heart, because I am a writer, man. I am a writer. I even am working on the final edits of my first book. Maybe someday it'll get published, maybe it won't, but that's okay, because writing it has made me feel awesome. Not only about myself or about my work, but just in general about life. Sharing who I am with other people and the possibility that that might happen is super exciting to me. So here it is. Does it take courage to be a writer? Here's how I might give a thesis statement for my question, for my fire starter. Yes, it does take courage to be a writer, because anytime you share who you are, you open yourself up to be criticized for it. Now, that's a pretty good thesis statement. It's my topic. Well, I'm answering a question, so it's an RSQ. The question was, does it take courage to be a writer? I said, yes, it takes courage to be a writer. And then I gave a basic answer. I talked about how sharing yourself with others can be kind of scary and takes courage, because sometimes haters gonna hate. Am I right? Am I right? They do. Anytime you do something good. You know what I hear out in the hallway sometimes? Oh, LeBron James is doo-doo. Is he really? Is he really? I think he's actually pretty good. You might not like him, but he's really, really good. Maybe one of the best of all time. Now, I don't personally like him, but I'm not going to say he's doo-doo. Why? Because he's really good at basketball. But haters going to hate, even if you're really good at something. So it does take courage, I think. I think. So you can see, I didn't close my parentheses here, so you can see that RSQ and a basic answer does really well to set up what you're about to talk about. Now, back to your requirements for each Fire Journal post. Now, once you establish a thesis statement, you have to prove it. I gave you the example in class of, if I said I was the fastest person in this school, you'd be like, nah, Mr. Kaz, prove it. We live in a prove-it society. Prove it. You've got to support it. Okay. Well then, I would set up a race. If I were trying to prove that I was the fastest person in school, I would try to set up a race with a bunch of people. That would be proof, wouldn't it? Well, what if I set up a race with my grandmother, and I set up a race with the kid who just broke his leg and is on crutches now, and a kindergartner who is about this tall? Well, that's not really good proof, is it? I mean, I'll probably beat them in a race, but is that good proof that I'm the fastest person at this school? Well, no. So not only do you need to support yourself, you need to support yourself in a quality manner. Because I said so, that just isn't good enough anymore. So, you are going to have at least 3 solid supporting sentences for your thesis statement. Now that number will grow as we get better at writing and better at getting our thoughts down on paper, but for right now you need at least 3 solid supporting sentences, and then you need a closing. You need to ask some sort of question that's going to cause a discussion to happen, or you need to make some sort of firm statement about your ideas. that's going to get people to start talking. And guess what? You're not going to belittle or make fun of anybody else's ideas because you wouldn't expect them to do that to you. Your ideas are very personal, and the way we avoid ignorance in this world is getting perspectives from all sorts of people, from all fronts, from all kinds of people, from different walks of life. That's how you learn more, and that's how we avoid hate in this world. Because the vast majority of people who carry hate in their heart carry it out of ignorance. Well, we can fight that right here. So you're going to think critically and constructively look at the person's argument who just shared them with you, and you are going to have a conversation, a dialogue, in which you connect through your thoughts to another person. And that's what we're going to do every day this year. Now, by the time we got through the process, after I showed you the guidelines, that's all we were able to get to this year, or today. But guess what? That's super important. Because the second you allow yourself to open up and share with others, the second you invite them to do the same for you. That's going to be our goal as learners this year. So I'm going to let you hang on to your goals in ELA for this year. My goal in ELA for this year is to make my podcast and all of my other video blogs and Twitter feeds and everything electronically that I can do to support you at home even when we can't meet face to face. Guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you for taking this today in 10 or less to really focus on your education, to get a sense for what we're going to be doing this year. It's going to be a great year and I look forward to it. And hey, I didn't think I'd ever do a video blog, and here I am. Post 1, day 1, I made it. You can too. Do your best. Focus on succeeding. I will see you warriors tomorrow. Thank you.